So, as we discussed, that user persona will help in various things. So, outcome of this discussion will be how to create a face of the user for cognitive understanding. Also, we will understand how to create user persona. So, let's move forward. This is not a new concept. User persona concept was given by Alan Cooper first, and he's the father of Visual Basic in 1980s. And he created the dimension for the user persona. And user persona is a semi-fictional character based upon current or ideal need. Whatever is the need, based upon that, we create the user persona. And I have highlighted few things in this slide, like in what it is useful, improve the business, and it help to uncover the different ways of people search for, buy, and use products. So you can focus on your effort on improving an experience for the real people. This is the basic concept of user persona. And it shows the individual in a space that gives insight into where your product fits into his or her life. As I mentioned, that persona is said to be cognitively compelling because they put personal human face and we can empathize with face. So it create a relativity with the product and the person we can think about. By thinking about the needs of the fictional persona, designers may be better able to infer what a real person might need. Such inferences may assist with brainstorming, use case specification, and feature definition. So now we'll see it in as an example. Like you are seeing, there is a person, Jill Anderson, and this is a case study for Travel Desk Organization. So this is an example taken from Accenture.com. So this organization has created a persona of their proposed customer. So what is the characteristic and the characteristic with respect to the product and offering? Like what is the quote for the Zill? I'm looking for a site where will simplify the planning for my business trip. So it's a travel desk organization. So what is the quote related to that? We figure out that what is the demographic, what is the bio, what is the personality traits, what is the preferred channel. Again, preferred channel will be helpful to understand what should be the preferred way of communication with that particular user while promoting the product and while we need to float some survey. So these are the preferred channels. What are the goals? Again, with respect to the product. Frustrations. See, frustration is too much time spent booking, too many website visited per trip, not terribly tech savvy. So these can provide the guideline and even be helpful in prioritizing the features. So these are the things. And frustration, I believe, is the major focus area for any product because the product journey starts whenever you are solving any problem. What are the motivations for this? Price, comfort, convenience, and again brands related to your particular product need. Next, let's think about what are the tools which are useful in creating the user persona. Interview, questionnaire, empathy map, survey, and I have given the example of that. Like interview and questionnaire, I have given the example of clean language. So I think we have Vineet here, and he has very good understanding of this clean language. Vineet, would you like to provide some insight on this for the purpose of the audience?
Yeah, sure. Sure, Vikas. Am I audible?
Yeah, very well.
Okay, thank you. So yes, as you mentioned, there are multiple tools to get details or the insights of a user, how user feels, what user does, what user like, dislike. So if I talk about the right top two tools in the right hand side, the interviews and the questionnaires mostly, and including survey as well, to some extent. Clean language plays a significant role where we ask some open-ended uh, questions to users, to the consumers, so that we can get insights about their emotions, their needs, their functional as well as emotional needs, what they are trying to do with the product, how they are going to use the product. So these are the questions where we do not put anything from our end. It's not a yes and no kind of a question. These are very open-ended, powerful questions. We call it as clean questions because we are not putting our word in their mouth, and it's just something the coachee or the user is sharing the insights from his or her perspective. So these play a major role. There is a book which you have already mentioned. This is a fantastic book to go through it to get some more details about clean language. There are other some references like Agenda Shift by Mike Burrow. This again a great I would say tool to do the user discovery, and we can get good insights by asking those powerful questions. Apart from this, yes, there are some catalyst conversation. Again, this is again a part of clean language. So there are a number of, I think, 12 to 13 questions which are used as part of clean language. And this there is a society cleanlanguage.uk. If you go further explore there in the website, you will find list of those clean questions. So this is very helpful. I used it personally and I found it very useful in my experience.
Great, great. Thanks, Vineet, for giving the insight. And here I have given some URL and some references as well with each and every point. Like Google Analytics. Google Analytics, it provide a very good demographic information. We have mobile application and the web panel. The Google Analytics will provide a very good information. What is the gender, age group, the people are browsing, what is the behavior. And similarly, there are two things I have mentioned, which are the psychological, Mayer-Briggs personality test, and R-type. So this personality test is available on 16personalities.com. So based upon, so you can figure out what is the personality of the prospect. The personality may be entrepreneur, personality may be the traveler. So it provides that kind of information. Again, while we defining any user persona, social media also plays a big role. Like we can understand the likes and dislikes of that particular user. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, we all know that these are the major social media platform. We can use this and archetype again. These are the common archetype which are available, and you can Google it, and it's available on the internet. So it is defined by Carl Golden. Like someone may be creator, someone may have different kind of archetype. So it will be helpful while analyzing the particular customer. So I have mentioned only 8 tools here. There may be more than that, like brainstorming, focus group. These are the other tools as well. So, and it is not necessary that we are using each and every tool while defining the user persona, but this is a set of the tools from which we can utilize while defining the user persona. So, by this tool, what we should write. So, let me give you the elements. So, these are the elements of user persona. So title, there should be a clear title, there should be a name, and after this we'll see an example in action. So we'll learn how to define the title. Image, there should be realistic image. The real image should be helpful. There should not be a flashy image or some stock image option, so that should not be there. The image should represent the actual user. There should be a quote, like we see in the travel desk example, there was a quote which was related to the product. Demographic information should be there about the user. Characters, again, the personality test, which I mentioned in the tools, it can drive from here. Personality, again, from the archetype and the personality test, we can figure out these two things. Traits, what is the work ethic, motivation, priorities, he or she is a workaholic, and so that can be work-life balance is the major trait for him or her. So these are the major traits which we should be write down while creating the user persona. The other aspect of goals. Goals cannot be his or her personal goal. Goals should be with the respect of the product or service offering. What is the experience goal, life goal with the respect of the product? What are the frustrations? Again, this is the major part because, as I mentioned earlier as well, frustration is the key to prioritize the product feature. We should prioritize the product feature. If it is frustrating to the customer, we should resolve that frustration first. It will definitely impact in a big way to the product. There should be a bio as well, one small paragraph which should be describing the user journey with respect of offering, what motivates that particular user, what are the brands, what are the preferred channel of the communication. Again, it will help to connect with the user, either doing interview, survey, questionnaire, empathy map, social media. So the preferred channel will play a big role. Let's see in action now. So I'm going to the another tool now, that is Xmind. I have created, although that can be done in Excel and some UI tool as well, but I found it very user friendly to create it in the Xmind. So I have created a template. So this is a template. Zonely is a person. There is a photograph. There is a demographic. This can be extended, we can put it the details here. So it is very much user friendly, and we can expand and collapse. So this is the template, and I have mentioned demographic, character, code, traits, personality, and the other necessary element for the user persona. Now let me give you an example. I have created one example based upon this template. So now there is a person, Vivek, who is a foodie, and there is an organization is helping to open the restaurants for the new person who want to open the restaurant. They want to analyze how the foodie person should be helpful to them, or maybe the prospect customer. So they have done the demographic analysis, like age, work, family, and location. So 32 years is in between jobs, wife, one kid, and working around in some MNC. Character, he is the by character, he is a creator. What is the quote for him? Love the visual food because he is a foodie. So again, he is loving the visual food, not the blog and photographs. He want to see the food in real. What are the traits? He is sugar addict, he's browsing internet, and he roam around and walks a lot in the different restaurant in the town. What is his personality? Again, everything of this is based upon the research. Like in empathy map, we see there are 3 or 4 person doing that exercise and creating the empathy map for the person. But user persona cannot be decided by discussing with the 2 3 person. It should be done by proper research only, and tools we already discussed. So personality is an explorer and entrepreneurship, because that is the biggest thing. If entrepreneurship mindset is not there, definitely he is not going to open a restaurant. What are the goals? He want to open a restaurant, get to try every restaurant in town, travel taking food pictures, and the frustration, managing weight. He's a sugar addict, he's a foodie. So weight is the problem. Zone of interest. So he is in between of the zone of interest, because he want to open a restaurant and he's not getting the job of his interest. And the problem is cash, because he want to open a restaurant, but open a restaurant is require a lot of cash, so he does not have the cash. That's the problem. So if organization can do something to resolve his frustration, especially 2 and 3, then definitely this person can be a next prospect for the organization. Bio. He has been 3 years since looking for a job of interest. He has working experience of 8 years in software industry. Technical graduated. It's a time he puts all his learnings, failure as well as victories back to work and open an awesome restaurant, get an awesome job of his interest. So bio and brand influence, Nando's and Haldiram. So it representing that he is looking a chain of foods, chain of restaurants basically, rather than a standalone restaurant. Preferred channel, he can be communicated online at TV show, social media. So the organization should define their advertising strategy or the connecting strategy by three medium only. The other medium will not work. Like conventional ads may or may not work for this person. Motivation, achievement, power, and social motivates to this person. So this is the user persona which is created for the organization who is helping to set up the response. So again, this is the tool. I'll share the examples and the template with the group, whosoever part of this webinar, I'll share that. So next, as I mentioned that I am preferring to set up this in Xmind, but that can be created in the PPT and Adobe XD. Some other tools can also be used. But if you are not too tech savvy, not too UI UX person, basically not comfortable with the tools, I think PPT and in my point of view, Xmind will be the best option. So this is again the similar kind of template and which can be used. Now, at the end, let's see some benefits around it. What are the benefits? Consist understanding of various audience group, because persona is representing a group of the audience, so it increase the understanding. Data about the groups can be put in a proper context and can be understood. Proposed solution can be guided by how well they meet the need of the user persona. So as you see, so the everything which we created in the user persona was related to the product especially or the service offering. So definitely it will guide how well they meet the need of individual persona, either maybe the connectivity, how to connect with the people. So social media and other things already described. Feature can be prioritized based upon how well they address the need of one or more personas. So like frustration, motivation, based upon that the prioritization can be done. And importantly, it provide a human face so that to create a empathy. So while we are talking with a human face, we understand the problem and it creates the empathy. We understand the problems easily and we can relate with them as well. So these are the basic benefit to use the user persona while doing the discovery. So there is a question and answer open to audience and feedback. So please share if you have any question.
If